Okay, moving on to module 3. So for our third assignment, we had to write our mission statements and our vision statements for what we want out of our styling careers. So for my mission statement, I wrote to empower clients to radiate confidence in their day to day lives and helping them feel more self love and self expression, one outfit at a time. Confidence and authenticity is wonderfully contagious. So the reason I wrote this is really this. I know the impact that personal style has made on my life, um, and it was drastic. It was incredible just to see how my whole demeanor would change as I found what works for me and I navigated the world with confidence rather than wanting to hide and shrink. And I think everybody does, no matter who you are, I think everybody deserves to feel that way. And it's just something that's not easy to learn on your own because of all the conditioning that we have in our society, all the messaging, all the Eurocentrism, especially for people of color and women of any non-conventional type of body. It's it really feels like there are a lot of factors that could be stacked against you, but honestly, I'd like to do my part in combating that with just a little bit of education. And for my vision statement, to become the premier source for personal styling of all ages, genders, body types, ethnicities in the LGBT community, and perhaps even more specifically, the South Asian LGBT community. Now, speaking from my personal experience as a member of the South Asian LGBT community, it is incredibly difficult to have your voice heard in any setting. And I believe the most radical thing we can do for ourselves is to love ourselves. And for me, one of the main avenues for doing that was to find what made me feel good and what made me feel safe inside my body. And I'm actually going to scroll down to this picture right here. This is a picture of myself in my first piece of designer wear that I bought for myself um, for one of my birthdays. And I just, for the first time, when I was wearing this piece, as you can see, actually, I'll zoom in a little bit. But as you can see, this is a custom made garment made from a special fabric that combines Western vaporwave aesthetics with um, with Indian aesthetics as well. So it felt like a perfect fusion of both the cultures that I come from. And I can't describe the feeling that I got when I first received this corset and then put it on and styled it. It was incredible. Um, it almost changed my worldview. My friends, my family, everyone commented on how they could see the difference in the way I just carried myself. And you would never think on your own, how can an outfit make such a big difference? But it really does. And these other images are in a similar way, and I apologize. I think the formatting must have gotten messed up when I converted this to PDF. But that purse is actually supposed to go with this outfit. But similarly, you can see in this image that I pulled from this Instagram user, Antorvino, I believe is his name. He's doing something very similar where he's taking these very classical American silhouettes and pairing a cultural element to them and creating something new. And it looks stunning. Um, and you can see the same in these two other users. So first we have Hamel. And I chose this one because it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more country. It's a little bit more cottagecore. But she's doing the same thing where she's combining, Indian bangles, Indian florals, some metal elements which aren't traditionally worn with cottagecore attire, but she's combining these aesthetics to create a new personal style that fits her image perfectly. And then you have this user, Cario, and this is actually pulled from a dance video, but I was so mesmerized by her outfit because it was just so perfectly chosen for even the song that she's doing. So she's wearing on the top a traditional Indian kurta, and then paired with some sneakers, some Converse sneakers, and cargo pants. It's just so. And actually, when I saw this image, I recreated it for my next dance class, and I felt like $1,000,000. And so this is not limited to just South Asian culture. I put these images on my board because that's the community that I can most authentically represent. I would love to do this for any and all cultures, people from everywhere, people that want to reconnect with their cultures on a day-to-day basis. Because one thing we do every day is we get dressed and we navigate the world. So why not do it in ways that make us feel a little bit more authentically connected to ourselves? All right, and the next assignment that I did was my test shoot. So for this assignment, I wanted to go with, as you can see from my mood board, I wanted to go for a vintage inspired look. Um, so, but what I wanted was not just black and white with a pop of red with a vintage silhouette. I wanted to represent, particularly, um, what women went through in this time. So my take on this was, so this is actually me in these photos. And the way I wanted to represent this is I wanted to portray a woman going through the struggles of trying to conform to social expectations and maybe reaching her breaking point. In some of these photos, you can see, she's clearly exasperated. She has some of the elements of traditional femininity, but not all of them, because maybe she got tired halfway through getting ready. She's wearing lipstick but not makeup. She's wearing one shoe, where's the other one? um, in some of these pictures I wanted to portray the pearl necklace, kind of looking like handcuffs, just to further this theme. In some of these pictures, like in this picture, I have the crown covering her eye, because symbolically I wanted to represent she is literally blinded by her privilege. Or maybe she's choosing to be blinded by her privilege. Maybe she's choosing to be blinded by her, um, the wealth that she was born with. And yet she's still confined to being a woman in this society. She still feels constrained. So I hope that came out in the shoot. All right. And lastly, this would be my portfolio. I did create an Instagram portfolio, and I have some images from the past. This is from an old shoot where I styled myself in an Indian style pastel green langa. And you can see some of my other work here. This was a portrait made by one of my friends. This theme came to us very organically. We put this together in less than a day, and I do think the results came out very stunning. And you can reach me either through this Instagram at Rachana Gollapudi, or through my email, which is styledbyrachana@gmail.com. And I thank you so much for your time.